have a wonderful guest today. Kay Sine is a gal that not only has personal experience in buying condos, but she just loves to share her know-how with anyone who's willing to listen, and she's with us today. Kay Sine, welcome to the show.
I have a checklist in my book, and it is a buyer's checklist. Actually, there are many checklists. I just put them all in one. But this checklist will enable buyers to actually find out every piece of information that they need to know, probably really more than they need to know, but certainly as much as they could want to know. This checklist will guide them about what and who to ask it to.
Yes, and you have good questions about the type of insurance you should carry. One of the things, I know an individual that they lived in their condo, my goodness, for years and years and years, and they just loved it. But when they wanted to make some repairs, they had some water damage because a window had not been put in properly, and also flashing had not been laid down in the appropriate way, because they had a roof around this area of window. And it took them, I don't know how many times, to finally get that fixed. Whenever heavy storms would come in, they lived in San Francisco, and whenever heavy storms would come in, they'd always have water dripping down their wall. And it was a big headache, because everything had to be done through the association. They couldn't just call someone in and have it done.
Right. And that does happen. So, you need, and I've known a number of people that have had that happen, and not only did they have to go through the association, they found out that it was their financial responsibility to take care of that window.
And they thought the association was going to take care of it.
Well, the declaration lays out exactly what items are the responsibility of the owner.
That's true, and that's where reading it is so important. Now, let's talk for a moment about an attorney, the association's insurance agent, which is something that I don't know that most people would be even aware of, and the association's accountant. Let's talk about how important it is to know, one, that you check through an attorney or what you need to look at, and that the association itself has an attorney. And you need to find out about these people. How would you go about checking them out?
Well, you are completely entitled to talk with the board of directors and or the management company. They can give you the names of who these people are, and you can talk to them. Now, the only one that may be a problem might be the association's attorney. You may not have access to him because he's the attorney for the association, not for the owners. Does that make sense?
Oh, yes, that makes sense. That's why it's important to know about him. And that's why it's also important to know about the declaration and all the rules. Also, there are rules dependent on the state and the community, the city, I should say, that you live in, and their rules and regulations. Tell us a little bit about how the state laws and the laws of the city that you live within, how they can impact you as well, because those are in addition to what you have with the association.
Correct. Parking and pets are the two things that come to mind immediately, and noise, actually, those three. Many times the community has ordinances or codes, and for example, if you have a neighbor that's playing music at 2 o'clock in the morning so loud that you can't sleep, you can call local authorities and they will come out. And you might be able to solve the problem without even getting involved with the association or drawing the association into that. The same with pets.
Mm-hmm.
So I advise people to use those methods, the government methods, anytime they can, to keep from getting involved in the association with that.
One of the points you bring out, too, in your book is that if you choose to go for this kind of a lifestyle, you really are involved in a community. And all of the other people that live in that area can become wonderful, wonderful friends. Or you can end up really having some hassles. So it does take a particular type of person that is really going to be happy in an environment like this. And I was surprised when you said how many young families are interested in being a part of this and how much they seem to be thriving in certain environments. I don't know why. I thought there would be more with mature people, but there's a lot of young people that are buying into the associations. They like that. They're very comfortable with it. I mean, I think
observation.
It's just amazing to me.
Well, young professionals, Donna, are so busy, and they all they want is time. They need time. It's not about money for them. Usually a married couple has plenty of income coming in, but they need time, and they don't want to have to be involved in mowing the grass and shoveling the snow.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well,
the same holds true for the baby boomers,
mm-hmm.
the seniors. You've worked all your life. You want to quit and be able to enjoy some things.
Well, I think that your book, Condo Buying and Ownership Made Simple, is one of the best publications I've come across that is so clear and so direct with information. What's your website so people can go to your website, Kay?
It's condo-condominium.com. Condo-condominium.com. And with this, they can go and they can get the checklist if they're looking at this. Now, let me ask you a question, because I know we're getting close to running out of time here. The resale value on condos, is that something that is a good investment for people to look at? Absolutely. Absolutely. Right now, 1 in 5 Americans lives in a condo, or in a community association, I should say. And as the get older, that's just going to explode
mm-hmm.
the market.
Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of communities that are doing exactly that. They are building more and more of them because of the lifestyle shifts that people are wanting to make. And it's all ages, all across the board. Now, again, your book is Condo Buying and Ownership Made Simple. You have checklists in the book. You have been given a 5-star rating by the Forward Clarion Reviews. You have tips on how to save time and money. And Kay, I just think you've done us all a tremendous, tremendous favor, because this is something that a lot of people are looking at, but you define the difference between homeowners associations, condo associations, and good questions to ask. So you may walk into a place and fall in love with it, but if you have your checklist, you're going to be able to ask good questions of your realtor, number one, that you're dealing with, and also of other individuals that you may find that are there. You'll know what questions to ask people who actually live there.
Right.
And
right.
I think that's invaluable. I really do. I think that is so very, very important. But it's a good investment. Resale value, dependent on your condo, where it's located, the neighborhood that it's in, it has a value there. And I've known people that have been very satisfied with condos and others that have just said, this isn't the kind of lifestyle that I want. But there again, that's choice, and that's what we're very fortunate to be able to enjoy. Are you still living in the same condo?
No. No, I'm not. I'm actually living in a single-family home now.
Uh-huh.
But that doesn't mean that I wouldn't go into another one.
Mm-hmm.
I would just know what I was getting
into. Well, having been in charge of all of these different organizations and working with so many, you know what you're talking about. Kay, it's been a delight having you as my guest. Her website is condo-condominium.com, and you can find all kinds of information there. So if you're interested in knowing more about this, get educated. You'll be glad you did, because this may be an investment that you're going to want to make for yourself, and you want to win at that investment that you make. Kay, thank you so much for being my guest today.
Thank you, Donna, so much for having me.
It's a pleasure. This is Donna Seebo. We're going to be taking a break. Don't go away now. We'll be right back.